throw everything we have at this effort.
Yeah. Well, listen, talking of best in the world, I know you spent some time with Max Verstappen
Yes.
today. How desirable is it for you that Ford has a long association potentially with Max Verstappen?
Oh, I think this is one of the most important pillars or foundation for the PU's success. And talking to Max, I think we at Ford have really have grown our respect for Max watching him this year. The way he has provided stability without drama in an environment where, we're all just trying to do our jobs. And I could really see that in his eyes today versus last year. And I think it's one of the great things about Laurent and his team. They all have this deep commitment to each other.
Yeah. Is Max down at the powertrains building asking about numbers on a regular basis, Laurent? Listen, he will still be the best in the world even if he doesn't have a world title to his name next year. And I suppose it's incumbent on you to provide equipment to befit that talent. I suppose that's an extra little pressure for you.
Look, Max is doing a lot more than just asking for the numbers. You would be surprised. Max is giving so much to the projects also outside of the car. So he's not just asking the numbers. He's testing the car in the simulators. He's working with engineers on both sides of the fence to understand how do we develop these 26 cars. Where do we try to get the power? Where do we try to get the downforce? That's how central to the project he is. So he certainly wants a fast car next year, and he's doing everything he can in the car and outside of the cars to help us giving him that.
Okay. Just to finish this and looking ahead to the future, because it is a bit of a topic at the moment, hybrid turbos versus V8s. I mean, the electrical component has been a strength of Ford recently, and I don't know whether that part of it still being part of F1 has encouraged you back, but where do you sit on that debate, Jim?
We've been number 2 in our home market to Tesla for 3 years now with EVs. But we also are number 3 in hybrid in the US, and hybrid growing around the world. We just launched our Transit electric lineup here in Europe. And I would say we're more and more interested in partial electrification. Pure electrification in the city or for commercial makes sense. But for us, E-Revs, performance hybrids, this is where our enthusiast brand is going. Yeah. We really believe in the combustion and the electric together is a great combination, at least for the next couple of years. And that's exactly what it turned out that Formula One and the teams have picked. So we're very excited. Now, how much electric, how much combustion, how they work together, the drivability, for the driver, that all has to get worked out. But I think generally it's a great formula.
Well, listen, gentlemen, we're out of time, but that's for way ahead in the future. I'm fascinated to wonder how things will be in a year's time, but I do wish you all the best. It is great to have Ford back in Formula One, and it'll be great if Red Bull is still right up there at the front. And we wish you all the best in this endeavor. A tough mountain to climb, but you're well equipped to climb it, if I can put it that way. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Lewis Hamilton tells Ferrari F1 chief Frédéric Vasseur his target may be unachievable. Ferrari are the only top 4 Formula One team yet to win a Grand Prix this season, while Lewis Hamilton continues to wait for his first podium since joining from Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton admitted it will be a while before he will have the chance to end his Formula One podium drought. The 7-time champion has yet to finish a Grand Prix in the top 3 in this difficult maiden season as a Ferrari driver so far. But there have been signs of progress in the 2 weeks since the summer break. Having ended the first portion of the season at his lowest point since joining the Italian team, Hamilton has looked re-energized over the last 2 rounds at Zandvoort and Monza. At the latter circuit, he qualified 5th but started the race 10th due to a grid penalty he carried over from the previous Sunday. In front of the Tifosi, he managed to make progress on a circuit which makes overtaking difficult, crossing the line 6th. Team principal Frederick Vasseur said after the race that he felt it was only a matter of time until Hamilton started picking up some trophies for his efforts. "Yes, we can expect him to be on the podium," the Frenchman told reporters. But Hamilton offered a more cautious outlook as he suggested Ferrari still lacked the pace to compete for such a result. The Brit said, "I think overall our performance was fairly decent, but we obviously do not have the pace of the cars much further ahead. So, competing for the top 3 is off the cards for a while, but we keep pushing and trying to extract more. This weekend built a lot on my confidence with the car, but definitely I am still not 100% comfortable in the car." At Monza, Ferrari were able to match or even beat the speeds of the McLarens ahead on the long straights. But they would lose time in the corners, especially Charles Leclerc in the early stages as he battled with Oscar Piastri for third place and eventually overheated his tires as he chased the Australian. And so they had no chance of stopping race winner Max Verstappen, whose Red Bull was also lightning quick in the straights thanks to its lower downforce setup. But Hamilton felt they would have fared better overall had it not been for his grid penalty which split the two Ferrari cars. He added, "I am sure we did not have the pace of the McLarens and the Red Bulls. But I definitely think Charles and I, if we were together, we could have had a strong race and perhaps keeping up with, maybe trying to keep up more with the guys further ahead. I really do not know. I just think they were just too fast, the guys further ahead, but I definitely think we would have been 5th, 4th. Leclerc went into the weekend being compared to Ferrari legend Gilles Villeneuve, and briefly looked like he might finish on the podium after coming out ahead of Oscar Piastri in the opening phase of the race. That didn't last sadly, and he finished 4th. While Nico Rosberg praised the change he saw in Hamilton after the race as he made up 4 places to finish P6. Martin Brundle was commentating on the race and was keeping a close eye on the 7-time world champion's progress. Fred Vasseur admits Ferrari missed their target at the Italian Grand Prix. Ferrari's mechanics were privately satisfied with Leclerc and Hamilton's performances, even if the Scuderia have only enjoyed 2 victories at Monza since 2011. Team principal Fred Vasseur has been under pressure this season, although he's now signed a new deal that will see him lead Ferrari into the next era of the sport. Vasseur explained in his official post-race interview, "Our target for today was to get Charles on the podium, but it was just out of reach. He had a strong race, with a good fight at the beginning, but that meant he overworked the tires a bit at this stage. In the end, we were not so far behind the McLarens, just 4 seconds, while Max was flying at the front." Lewis Hamilton tells Ferrari F1 chief Frederick Vasseur his target may be unachievable. Ferrari are the only top 4 Formula One team yet to win a Grand Prix this season, while Lewis Hamilton continues to wait for his first podium since joining from Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton admitted it will be a while before he will have the chance to end his Formula One podium drought. The 7-time champion has yet to finish a Grand Prix in the top 3 in this difficult maiden season as a Ferrari driver so far. But there have been signs of progress in the 2 weeks since the summer break.